Okay. I see the hype.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
So as you guys know, this is past clan. Okay, I'm not here right now. I'm actually on a trip, and I've dedicated this entire week to nothing but draft prospects. And today we're going to talk about A.J Griffin. And I have to say, I've gotten a lot of messages on A.J Griffin. I really do appreciate you guys letting me know like who you want me to go over, and I'm going to cover quite a few of these players. So let's go ahead and talk about AJ Griffin. So I am not, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am not very knowledgeable when it comes to college basketball. It's not until I talk to you guys, and most of the time when we get into the off season, where I really start getting into my research. But you guys, hey, you told me to look him up, look into him. I've heard him being a lottery pick, and yeah, we have a legitimate chance of getting him. And overall, first and foremost, before we get into the stats and I give my opinion on him, he is projected to be 6th overall. I've been seeing that quite a few. He is going to be a lottery pick more than likely, but on quite a few sites, they are expecting around 6th overall, and that's a pretty sweet spot for us. A lot of people are saying he most definitely, more than likely, not going to be in the top 5, so he could definitely land to us. Obviously, we don't know what our pick is going to look like and whether or not the Spurs would even want him. So let's go ahead and go into his stats. So his stats overall: 10.4 points, 3.8 rebounds, 1 assist, 50% field goal percentage. Now, I looked through some of his last games, and it just doesn't pop out as stupidly impressive. But I will say, he can be aggressive at times. It seems like his aggression is kind of here and there. Sometimes maybe he's giving up the ball a little too often. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But overall, it seems like when he's on, he's on. And when he's not, he's maybe a little passive offensively. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm getting from him. Also, I do want to talk about defense. Defensively, I've seen him be a pretty good opportunist. I don't think that he's the best defender, especially like on ball. But that's from what I've seen. But overall, he does seem as if he's pretty good as far as being an opportunist and having a pretty high IQ. He does take quite a few gambles, but defensively, he's decent. Like you can deal with it. Now, the one thing that stands out the most about him, and I think most people will probably say this, is his 3-point shooting. He can shoot from deep, and with him having 6'6", 222-pound frame, overall, what I've seen, and he's only a freshman, keep that in mind as well. But overall, what I've seen is that he's pretty tough to guard. Now, this is what I got excited about. All of that I'm talking about, that's nothing, okay? I didn't care about any of that, okay? The stats, yeah, sure, it's college, okay? You never know. What? You just never know, okay? But so I wanted to talk about what I like about him, and I have to say just one word about him that I love. Hezzy. He has a nasty, mean hezzy. He's one of those players where he does certain moves, and when you're a quarterback coach like myself, you sit back and you're like, how did you got on that one? Like, how did he cross you over right there? It seems like it's such a simple move, but he's so freaking good at it. Like, he's almost a perfectionist at the hesitation. He's good off ball, okay? First dribble, he's pretty fast. But overall, it's that hesitation where I'm like, dude, that hezzy is nasty. And every single time it seems like it gets his defenders. So I wanted to look at the pros and cons of what other people are saying, and I'll tell you whether or not I agree or disagree with these. Most of them I do agree with, but yeah, let's just go straight into it. So this has him at the top 5. Like I said, this got updated February 28th. In most places, I'm seeing him around 6 outside the top 5. But this has him at the top 5, so you guys can let me know what you think there. So pros: very good shooter, especially from deep. Yep, agree with that. Decent scorer off the dribble, most definitely. Excels at scoring on off-ball motion plays. Yes, can post up smaller players. Yeah, that's another thing about him as well. One thing I really like about him is his patience. Like, he's very deliberate when he has the basketball in his hands. He doesn't do anything that he's not comfortable with doing. He really feels out his defender, and he doesn't just throw the ball up or does it out of desperation, or he's scared to do anything really. He seems like a genuine offensive pro when he has the ball in his hands. Very patient, very deliberate, and the hesitation is just ridiculous. The hezzy, bro. The hezzy. Okay, adequate playmaker. I don't know. I didn't see a lot of that. Honestly, I feel like maybe he could add that more to his game. So I don't necessarily see where they saw that. Moves well off the ball on offense. Sure. Solid rebounder. Sure. Adequate defender. I kind of said that he's decent. Very good shot blocker. That was actually something I did not get to see a lot of. But overall, if we're just trying to get how much he's averaged, 0.5 blocks. So once again, one of those things I don't know where they're getting that from, but I mean, sure. Adept at collecting steals. I have said that. And very good athlete. Yeah. He's pretty athletic. And yes, cons. Can struggle to score in traffic. Yeah, I've definitely seen that. He seems like he's much better when it's kind of feeling you out, post moves, or just open mid-range shots, or contested long-range shots. But as far as driving to the basket, I don't think he's getting to the free throw line pretty often, to be honest. Lacks an elite first step off the dribble. Actually, I disagree with this, and this is what I was talking about. The first step off the dribble. I think he's actually pretty decent at that. I don't know if he's just improved since they've updated. I mean, it's been less than a month, so I don't know. But overall, what I've seen, I think that his first step off the dribble is pretty decent. Not an elite ball handler. I do agree with that. And I think that kind of goes into the struggles to score in traffic. I've seen quite a few times where he kind of fumbled the ball, trying to finish at the rim. And that's no good. That's no bueno. But you can always get better than that. Unselfish to a fault. I've actually said that. I think if you look through his stats just alone, I mean, he just kind of here and there. It's like, it seems like some games he's gonna try to put up points, and other games he's just gonna take a back seat. Dude, can you hear my cat? You hear? I don't know if you can hear her. She's scratching her litter box. It's like so. It's so distracting. All right, let's move on. I'm sorry. I get distracted pretty easily. But yeah, gambles too much defensively, and that's what I said. He's kind of an opportunist, and he does gamble on defense. But yeah, so you'll see what they have as far as the summary for A.J. Griffin. A.J. Griffin is an athletic, skilled swingman that currently plays for Duke. He is a very athletic forward that can really shoot the basketball. And he is rangy defender that can guard multiple positions. Currently, he is very talented prospect whose shooting, athleticism, and defensive potential can make him one of the best prospects in the draft. Griffin looks to have a great deal of upside, and he has been thriving in a secondary role right now. Right now, Griffin projects to be a lottery pick in the 2022 draft. Now, let me go ahead and talk about him. This is my overall thoughts about it. If you have an opportunity to get him, okay, and it's like the number 6 overall pick, and he's there, from some of the other guys you guys have showed me, I don't know if I would take A.J. Griffin. Now, this summary is a very good summary. Now, as far as defender, I think I might be wrong on that, because they're not the only ones that said he's a really good defender. I personally haven't really seen it, a lot of it. Steal wise, he's definitely there. But yeah, but overall, I just wouldn't take him. I feel like he's going to be one of those guys that you would grab if we already had an established superstar on the team. And unfortunately, we don't. I'm not 100% sold that A.J. Griffin will become a superstar. Now, he does have enough in his arsenal where he has enough leeway where he could potentially get there. Like, he has a pretty high ceiling. Like I said, I love the patience. He's very mature offensively. And I just like his game overall. But it's nothing that I've seen where I'm just 100% convinced that he's going to be a star or he's going to be a superstar. In the position that we're in, I wouldn't play around with it. I honestly would just go ahead and get whoever has the most potential. And if he gets top 6, and it's just me personally, from some of the other guys you guys showed me, I just don't think it'll be worth it. But you guys let me know what you think. Like I said, this is my first time really checking them out, and those are just my overall thoughts about it. But I can be wrong. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm wrong sometimes. But if you guys want to support the channel, only $2 per month, Patreon and YouTube members. We're going to go through so many people to go through. I'll get with you guys later. Until next time, deuces.